everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, y'all know how we do it over here. Yes, we do our super thanks, and then and only then we get into the podcast. So let's run that beautiful bean footage and we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all. I want to give a quick shout out to 2383521E. Yes, they came through. She is the best. She is. She's quiet, but she is always supporting and she is always coming through. She's a ride or die, ride or die. And I'm so grateful and so thankful for her. So thank you, 2383521E. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Mary Daniels came through. Yes, Mary came through. Mary is one of the original readers. Yes, she has been with me since the beginning. And she never fails. She is always coming through and always supporting. She is always in those comments, dropping that knowledge. Mary is just everything. So thank you, Mary. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, I have been on these streets today, and it's some interesting stuff going on. Yes, y'all know it is Father's Day in America, and Megan dropped the cutest picture of Prince Harry and the kids. She did, and we're gonna talk about that because it's some little interesting details in the picture. So we're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about how the British media decided not to dig up the dead body. And y'all know what I mean by the dead body. That would be Thomas Markle. I mean, they were quiet. Now, Scammy, she posted a post. We're going to talk about it, but not much because y'all know I can't stand Scammy. But yeah, they left the dead body in the graveyard. Now, that right there should tell you that old horse absolutely has been beat to death when they decided not to dig it up. But yeah, thankfully they did not. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about Willie. Yes, there's some things coming out about Willie and some things that I did not know. And one thing I didn't know and did not care about, but today is his birthday. And he and Kitty over there at Kensington Palace did post a picture of him and Charlotte. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about how the Daily Fail decided to treat Willie on his birthday. And also how the Daily Fail decided to treat that family. And it's not just the Daily Fail. It is the Telegraph. It is the Time. I'm telling you, it is all of those so-called legit news organizations over there woke up this morning and had nothing but smoke for that family and wanted to remind them that they are deeply unpopular. And we're going to talk about that. And of course, we got a lot of other things we're going to talk about. So y'all know what y'all need to do. Y'all need to lock in and just know I'm not going to keep you long, but I will keep you entertained. So we're going to start with this. And look at this. This is the picture that Megan posted for Father's Day. And it is adorable. Is it not adorable? I'm telling you, I am loving it. And I look at this picture and I am just so happy for Harry. Harry has the family that he has always wanted. And he is loved and he is happy. I am just happy for him. I really am. And Zanny Sussex posted this and said, such a beautiful Father's Day message for Prince Harry. You can just tell that Harry loves everything about being a dad. And Megan went on to put on the post, they are so lucky to have you. We all are. Happy Father's Day to our one and only. Yes, I love it, y'all. Is this not the sweetest? It is. And Lilibeth is so cute with her sunglasses and her backpack, her Jeffrey giraffe backpack. I'm telling you, so cute. And this is what I want y'all to do. Go over to Megan's Instagram page and show her some love. I am such an advocate for keeping the traffic up going back and forth to Megan's page. And also, as ever, and also Sussex.com. I have all three of them pinned to my taskbar on my computer. So once or twice a week, I go in and look around on Sussex.com to keep the traffic up. I go on as ever, see what kind of products is going on, what has sold out. And I'm always on Megan's Instagram page. We need to make sure traffic is going into those sites because we all know eyeballs are watching. So yeah, go over there, show some love to Megan, Harry, and the babies because this right here is a home run. This is so cute. And this squatty said, how time flies so fast. He was reading to them and now, yes, I think this was back in what, 2023? And Harry was reading to Prince Archie and Princess Lilibeth. I think this was in the Harry and Meghan documentary. And look at them now, 5 and 7. Where has the time gone? Archie is growing like a weed. I cannot get over it. And you can tell by the back of his head, he is a handsome young man. He is going to be a heartbreaker. And so is little Lilibeth. I love them both. I've never met them, but I am loving them. I do. And this squatty said, Prince Harry's anniversary card to Meghan, the one and only. Meghan's Father's Day post for Prince Harry, our one and only. Legendary royal lovers. Yes, I love the connection. I love Harry and Meghan's love. Now, I'm a lover girl. I love seeing love. I love to see people happy and seeing Harry and Meghan and knowing everything that this couple has gone through. Yes, I love it. Of course, we have to talk about Lilibeth's fashion. This body said, Princess Lilibeth's backpack is from woman-owned brand of children accessories, Goldbug. Yes, is it not cute? Is Harry and Meghan trying to tell us something with this backpack? Now I saw some squatties saying that they're telling us something. They are going to go across the pond. Now I don't know if they're trying to tell us something or not, but this is a cute backpack. I love it. Jeffrey Giraffe. So cute. And this squatty posted about Archie's shirt. Yes, Archie had on a football jersey. It says, our little Prince Archie in his England hashtag World Cup 2026 jersey. And what I'm seeing online is that you can find it at Zara. Yes, Archie's little jersey. It is so cute. It is cuteness overload here. I am absolutely perplexed. Yes, it is so sweet. And this squatty posted the picture and said, the little prince supporting England in the World Cup. I wonder who his favorite player is. Yes, I bet him and his papa is watching World Cup. You know they are. Oh my goodness. And let's not forget, Archie plays soccer. We call it soccer over here. football. Archie plays football. And we're changing gears, and I want to talk about Scammy. Yes, Scammy posted for Father's Day. Like I said, for some reason, those rags decided not to get shovel in hand and go down to the cemetery and dig up that dead body of Thomas Markle Sr. But Scammy, she was out here on these internet streets posting, and this is what she posted. She said, "Happy Father's Day to good fathers only. The rest can suck dog biscuits." I wonder if she was talking to her ex-husbands or was she talking to her own father? But y'all, look at that picture Scammy has as her profile picture. I must admit, when I saw this picture of Scammy, my mind harkened back to the movie The Color Purple, because it's a line in there that says, "Harpo, who this woman?" Yes, that was my first thought when I saw this picture. Harpo, who is this woman? Who is this AI generated woman that Scammy has as her profile pic? Now, when we call her Scammy, that is absolutely true, because she's trying to scam people to believe that this right here is her. Allegedly. I have to put allegedly by that, because Scammy, she'll come for you. She will. And I don't want to be bothered with Scammy. She'll be rolling around trying to roll over my feet. I don't want to be bothered with Scammy, but yeah, I really thought, who is this woman? Y'all have to tell me what y'all think about that. And also, do y'all remember the time when Scammy dyed her hair black in order to look more like Megan? Y'all remember that? Yes, Scammy, I'm telling you, she is always on the BS. But yeah, let's get back to business. Scammy posted, "Happy Father's Day to good fathers only. The rest can suck dog biscuits." Well, y'all know that the squatties, they were not going to leave it at that. So this is what squatties posted under her post. Yes, it is the dead body with some dog biscuits. I mean, this squatter didn't say anything, just posted the picture. I love it. And Willie posted this picture. Well, Willie and Kitty posted this picture. Today is his birthday. And I don't know if the United Kingdom celebrates Father's Day on the same day as we do here in the United States or not. But this is what it says. It says, "Prince and Princess of Wales, happy birthday and Father's Day to the best papa in the world. We love you very much. C, G, C, and L." Yes, I think it's a really nice picture. Charlotte is such a pretty little girl. She really is. And it looks like it was taken during Trooping of the Color, because she has on the same outfit, the same little dress that she had on during Trooping. So yeah, nice picture. I have no criticism when it comes to children. And this squatty said, "Oh, look, a father and his daughter's picture. Not having the other kids there. Remember when Harry had only Lily Diana on a picture, and the Derangers were saying he and Meghan preferred Lily over Archie. I guess they don't have anything to say about this picture." Laugh out loud. Yes, the Rangers aren't called the Rangers for no reason. These people are deranged. They are crazy. They nitpick every little thing when it comes to Harry and Meghan. I mean, every little thing. It is as if they have no life. And when you get a little glimpse into their lives, you see that that is absolutely the state of it. Like those Sitley dudes and Pie Face Taz and Yankee Wally. These people have no life. The only life that they have is their parasocial relationship that they have with Megan in their fevered minds. And when you see, just a little peek into some of the most prolific trolls that troll Harry and Meghan, that's pretty much their story. They don't have any life. They're very unattractive. They are very, very evil and rotten to the core. And the ones who are married, the husbands are miserable. Some of them are criminals who has caught cases and been convicted for all manners of different crimes. Some of them are extremely obese and bedridden, can't move, can't turn over, can't go in the kitchen to get their own food, but they can be on the internet trolling Megan. And the ones who live alone, if they die, nobody cares. They're found 3 weeks later rotting off the bone.
Yo, shout the season, man. Shout the season, man.
Can you say Yankee Wally? Y'all, I got to stop. I'm getting messy. I'm getting messy. Yeah. But this squatty posted this beautiful picture of Charlotte and her papa and said, why is only one child in the birthday Father's Day wish to Willie? So freaking weird. Well, we all know why. Because Harry posted this picture of him and Lilibeth and it broke the internet. They are over there taking notes all the time, just keeping tabs on whatever Harry and Meghan is doing. But I hate to tell them, when they are copying, Harry and Meghan are creating. Meghan is so creative. She is always reinventing herself, how she presents her family, her life. Meghan is interesting that way. And those people who do the Timu version is always going to be found lacking. And this squatty, I have no idea why she blackened out Willie and Charlotte's face, but she did it. Why, I don't know, but this is what she said. She says, so for Peggy's birthday and Father's Day, Mavis thought it was okay to post a pic of just one of his kids with him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems a bit like favorism to me. How much the other two feel being left out. Bad move on her part, and whoever agreed was that. Well, we all know she saw the picture that Megan posted of Harry and little Lilibeth, and Duplicate cannot help herself. Every time she sees Megan doing something, she has to do it, but it's always a T-move version of it. Harry and little Lilibeth, it was such a beautiful picture because it was so real. You could see Harry coming and scooping his little girl up in his arms because she had some balloons. And as for Willie and Charlotte, their picture is just a tad bit formal. Beautiful, but not quite as relatable as Harry and Lilibeth. And this what he said, well, according to the Derangers' logic, it means Charlotte is his favorite child. Yes, they always come up with something, those Derangers, because like I said earlier, when the picture of Lilibeth and Harry was posted, this is the nonsense that they were spewing. But they're not going to say anything about this one. No, they are hypocritical to their core. And of course, Charlotte, I'm sure, is not his favorite. And if she is, that's their business. But I know Harry loves both of his children. Sometimes he'll take a picture just with Lilibeth, and then on the other hand, he'll take a picture just with Archie. And this last squatty said, probably split the kids for the weekend visitation. Now, that right there is a good possibility. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And I'm going to put this up, and I found it so interesting and so telling. If you notice, you can see it's two Father's Day posts. One Father's Day post is Harry's, the other one is Peggy's. And both posts are from ITV News. And if you look close, you'll find a difference. And that's exactly what this squatty did. They said closed for fragile lazy will, but open season for the Sussexes. That is vile at ITV News, at ITVX. And what this squatty is talking about, if you look at the bottom of each post, one has the comments open and the other one has them closed. You want to guess who has the comments open? Yeah, Harry. Harry's post, his Father's Day post that ITV made, left the comments open. But for Willie, his Father's Day post that they posted for him, they closed the comments. Now, how low down can you be? And how very transparent in your bias can you be? Because this right here is very telling. These people are on some bullshites, and the bullshites that they're on is protecting Kitty and Willie and the rest of those left behinds, and wanting people to come in and attack Harry and Meghan. And that is the reason why Harry and Meghan left, leaving them unprotected while protecting the other ones. Meghan said it in the Oprah interview. They were willing to lie to protect some members of the family, but they wasn't even willing to tell the truth to protect me and my husband. And right here is a receipt. Meghan wasn't lying. They never, ever, ever protect Harry and Meghan, but they're always going to protect Willie and Kitty. I mean, I cannot. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this. Not surprising, I know. And look what the Daily Mail had for Willie for his birthday. Yes, it looks like Charles has released his flying monkeys. Y'all remember in my last podcast or the podcast before that, when I said that Charles has his own flying monkeys and that he wouldn't hesitate on releasing his flying monkeys on Willie's earth? Well, it looks like Charles has done exactly that. Yes, Charles has released the flying monkeys on Willie. Yes, a full-on hit piece on Willie in the Daily Fail Sunday edition. It says his absence have not gone unnoticed. Norman Baker asks when Workshire William is ever going to step up and reveal the number of engagements carried out so far this year by the future king. Ooh, Charles is going in, is he not? And this squatty posted that article from the Daily Fail and said, even the Daily Fail is calling Prince William Workshire just 57 hollow ribbon cutting and photo ops in 6 months, while his 77-year-old dad did 76 and Anne smashed 100. They are out here dragging William. It says, yet he's pocketing £23 million a year from the duchy he micromanaged like a hedge fund for his own budging wallet. Media overkill has made it painfully obvious these people do shice. Monarchy support at a 30-year low. Young Brits want it abolished. This entitled Air is the ultimate wake up call. Yes, they are going in on Willie. And this new poll, evidently, they're putting a lot of stock in it. It is not like that shady YouGov poll that the horse's nephew manipulates. No, evidently, this is a legit poll. And the British media is responding to it. And Charles has sent out his flying monkeys to drag Willie from sea to shining sea. Charles is tired of Willie and Kitty's lazy arses. Yes, and then have the nerve to leak and plant stories on him. Charles says, I got time today, and I'm sending my flying monkeys, and we're reaching all the way back to what's love got to do with it and picking up work shy. I will not be surprised to see an article anytime now calling Kitty Doolittle. Yes, Charles is playing the old hits. Yes, he's feeling nostalgic. I must say, I love Charles playing the old hits. Yes, I like the oldies but goodies. Yes, Workshire Willie and Duchess Doolittle. Yes, yes, bring it on, Charles, bring it on. And I just feel this is Charles showing Willie that he is just tired of his shyst and him leaking against him and calling him weak and saying he is being emotionally blackmailed. Charles is treating Willie like a puppy that has soiled the carpet. Yes, he's rubbing his nose in it. And I am loving it. This is what he wrote about the article and said, on his day of his birth, Prince William Parker Bowles, is revealed to have made 57 appearances. Half of them have to do with football events. From 1st of January to June 15th, William Parker Bowles has made 57 appearances. 57, not even days of work. Someone who his children are now mainly boarding, and his youngest still has a nanny, a man who has servants and not really doing anything else. In 6 months' time, Prince William has hardly worked 1.5 months, and reminded you, not real work, a few hours appearances. As I have noted several times, the young royals of Europe work far harder than him, and they also study and have army obligations. He and his lazy wife aren't doing even the minimal, and nobody is calling them out. And that's why the attacks on Harry, because Harry is going to visit the UK and is going to work more in a matter of few days than William has in many months. Keep paying for these lazies while they continue to make millions on your backs. Here are two pictures of William Parker Bowles with his mom, Camilla. He still looks at her as lovingly as when he was a teenager. Yeah, Charles is absolutely putting it all out on Front Street. William hadn't worked. He never works. I love this for him. Maybe he'll shut up. Charles is letting him know, listen, you need to pipe down because I have flying monkeys and they will rip you apart. And this what he said, Willie is a lazy, bratty man child. He'd rather go out to an unknown place in disguise. And yes, it's very questionable what he does on his working days when the old royal family members are dragged out because he is nowhere to be found. Tea is hot, served always. And what this squatty is talking about is this article that showed up in News. And it says Prince William admitted he uses a disguise at times to participate in one of his hobbies that he has had to tone down after welcoming 3 kids with Kate Middleton. Now, when I read that, I was like, why is he in disguise if it's a hobby? I mean, when you want to go out and play football, or when you want to go out and play golf, or whatever hobby you have, why do you have to put on a disguise? Now that really puzzled me. Why is he walking around with a disguise to do a hobby? Well, I kept on digging and I found where a squatty had posted something that had answered my question and cleared my confusion right on up. Well, what they posted, I had not seen or heard about it ever. And y'all tell me if y'all heard about this. I am an old school squatty and I never ever heard about this. That's why I love being on these internet streets. I'm always learning something. And this squatty said, if you have been on the Twitter long enough, you'll remember the night when a man from the North Fork dogging circle exposed Prince William as one of them. And y'all, I looked up the word dogging, and it is just another synonym for pegging. Yeah. Yes. Did y'all know about this? I did not know about a man exposing, Willie about dogging. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And this squatty posted that same article from E! News and said, I'm old enough to remember the rumors about Norfolk. If you know, you know. And y'all, I had to dig a little deeper because I didn't know. Did y'all know? I didn't know. And this squatty posted this and said, we already knew. As you can see, it is a post from the Twitter showing that this post was made from an Android phone. It says, for those of us involved in the Norfolk's dogging circle, this isn't a surprise. He's there at least 3 times a week. He wears a mask, but we all know who he is. And this was back in 2021. So this has been going on for a minute, allegedly. I don't know, y'all. All of this is alleged. I found this, on the Twitter, but I don't even know what to say because I'm not shocked. But to see that someone tweeted this back in 2021, I knew nothing about it. If you knew anything about this, tell me. Now, I'm not saying it's true. Y'all know I have to put out those disclaimers and say allegedly, I don't know. This is just something I got in the public sphere. If you knew about this, like this squatty said, we already knew, please put it in the comments because I know it's some OG squatties who have been in the game longer than me because I missed this one. I did. And this squatty said, sounds very eyes wide shut. If you know that movie, you know. Like this squatty said, if you know, you know. I watched that movie, and that movie is mind blowing. And it kind of sounds like that, does it not? This squatty said, talk about disguises. When Kate was absent for almost a year, the press tried to convince us this was Kate walking out of a farmer's shop with wheels. But photos look quite different. Look at them years for a start. I guess this squatty said it's not just Willie walking around with a disguise on, it's Kitty too. I mean, squatties will always reach back, will they not? It is nothing that squatties won't reach back and get. When you think things have died down and has been forgotten, no, squatties always reach back to what's love got to do with it and pluck something out of the past. And I was not even thinking about farmers market, Kate. And what does a squatty do? I mean, tie it together with Willie talking about disguises and reach all the way back to what's love got to do with it and bring up farm market Kate. Squatties, you got to love them. And this squatty said, "Why do they shout, but William will be king?" That's fantastic. He'll forever live in a goldfish bowl, never knowing freedom and suffering in a marriage that's only for PR. Yes, the ugly old hag dragons, the toadies, the derangers, the haters, and the trolls. And let's not forget the flying monkeys. That is their go to. William, he's going to be king. Like it's a big flex. Yes, those ugly old hag dragons and the rangers all love to say that William is going to be king, but William is going to be king. They never take in consideration that Harry has said on numerous occasions that he doesn't want to be king. Harry has never wanted to be king. He has always wanted his freedom. They don't understand. Nobody cares about Willie being king. We care about Harry being happy. And Harry is happy in Montecito. He is the king of his castle. Harry's, that picture, that Father's Day picture, yeah, that is a happy, good King Harry. And this right here popped up in the Daily Fail. And I must say, it was a gut punch for that family over there. As you can see, it says public backing for the royal family plunges to lowest level in decades. New polls suggest with Gen Z, millennials, and Gen X shedding support. You know what? I really love this because it's telling. People are starting to wake up. The grift is really starting to wear thin. Young people see through it, but somehow the older people have been brainwashed to believe that just because you slipped out of a certain birth canal, you deserve to be bowed to and show deference. Yes, automatically you're more than and I am less than. And young people have really started to see through the grift, through the scam. They know that it's not right for one family to have so much and be entitled to their tax money just because they were born into a certain family. And if you're not born into that family, it is your destiny to pay for everything. All of their helicopters, all of their Bentleys, all of their castles and palaces, all of their designer clothes, their jewels, everything. And your reward for doing all of that is you get to go down to the mall and stand behind barriers to wave flags as they go by in golden carriages. Now you tell me what planet that makes sense on. Because you're struggling trying to make two ends meet that hadn't saw each other since 2020. And they are riding around in golden carriages and you're supposed to wave a flag. I mean, if you just look at it with a rational mind, it is absolutely insane. And young people are starting to see how crazy it is. Yes, it makes no sense. And young people see that. They don't think that it's fair that one family is considered more elevated than anyone else. Everybody is equal in God's eyes. And if you believe that, you cannot believe in the so called divine rights of kings. And Zanny Sussex posted that same article and said, so the British public increasingly think the monarchy is an institution so completely out of touch with modern life and values that it should be abolished. The only surprise here is that anybody is surprised by those results. Exactly. When they lowered Queen Elizabeth II down into those tombs, I knew it was going to start the erosion because she had this whole veil of protection. People never wanted to say anything about the Queen. She had sit on the throne for 70 years and people was, I don't know, kind of protective of her. I never got that because Queen Betty was diabolical. She was fully aware of what Andrew was doing, hurting children allegedly, and her only concern was him and how to cover it up. But for some reason, people had a soft spot for her. And the minute that she passed away, people really started to look at that whole institution as a ripoff that it is, because it's nothing but a ripoff. And people are sick of it. And I love seeing this. I would love to see them slip down the drain. I would love to see that Willie never ever becomes king. And if he does, he's just king in name only. And this squatty said the Daily Fail is a major contributor to the decline in popularity. Where is the lie? Because people see right through their agenda, their smear campaign against Harry and Meghan, their lies. They too have been exposed because of the smear campaign against Harry and Meghan. And Harry exposed them a lot by suing them and really standing up to them, because people used to be afraid of the tabloid press because they had the power of life and death in their pen, their poison pen over there on Fleet Street. Because it was just so many people afraid of the tabloids. They were scared to stand up. They were scared to fight back. And Harry, the dragon slayer, came in and slayed the dragon. And now people are not afraid of the dragon anymore. And the dragon has been exposed. This other squatty said, agreed. The royals were short sighted in realizing that when they gave the media the public permission to tear down two of the most senior members of the family, they removed the deference from all. By trashing every part of Harry and Meghan's royal life, they made everyone's fair game. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, they gave all those flying monkeys permission to tear Harry and Meghan down. And in return, the Sussex Squad and other people saw what was happening and start tearing them down as well. It's called backlash. It's called blowback. And that's exactly what is affecting their popularity. That is exactly what is exposing the grift. And I went and found the article, and I'm just going to read a snippet of it. It's not very long, but it says public backing for the royal family has fallen to its lowest in over 3 decades. A new poll suggests the number of Brits who still want the monarchy has fallen by 11 percentage points to just over half in the last 3 years. The statistics, which is the lowest in the 33 years of Ipsos, has been polling about the royals, indicates withering support for the monarchy among young people. In 1993, there was a 69% approval rating for the royals, just a year after the difficult period of the late Queen Elizabeth II. She described it as her animus horribilis, with three of her children's marriages falling apart, as well as a horrifying blaze at Windsor Castle. Years later, in 2012, the royals' approval rating reached a high of 80% during the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. Later, it fell to 60% in 2022, the year she passed away at the age of 96. In the years that followed, the royals has continued to face turmoil with reports rift between Prince Harry and Prince William, as it is alleged the brothers have not spoken since Queen Elizabeth's funeral in 2022. And then they go all into the JE situation and on and on and on. But to put it in a nutshell, people want them to get out. Yes, they are sick of the grift. They're sick of the scam. They see them for what they are. They're mediocre. They're no better than they are. Most of the tax-paying citizens are smarter than them, look better than them, smell better than them, and are better than them. And they don't feel like they should pay for these people who just by birth slipped through a certain birth canal. And can you blame them? Can you blame them? And it was also in the Telegraph. This is what the Telegraph said. It said the number of British people who still want the country to be a monarchy has dropped by 11 percentage points in the past 3 years to 55%. I think it is lower. Yes, that is the reason why they're panicking. People are not showing up to stand behind the barriers. The barrier pole is absolutely taking no prisoners. This squatty that posted this said the simple fact is the leftovers are boring. The late queen stayed on the throne into her 90s because she knew they'd destroy her legacy and didn't want to see it. A huge blow is when Harry, the most popular royal family member, was chased out of Britain. People were left with those with no substance and purpose. Where's the lie? Yes, it's just that every heir that takes the throne. Now, the Queen was not so much, but Charles and Willie, they're so short sighted. Charles really thought that he could put his side piece as Queen, not Queen Consort, not Princess Consort, what was promised she would be when they married. No, he made her the Queen. And he really thought the people were going to forgive him for that. And how he treated Diana and how Camilla snaked her way into being queen. No, people haven't forgot any of it. And if you don't believe it, let one of those talk shows open the phone lines because you're going to find out exactly how they feel about the horse. Yes, he really thought he could just force that down the people's throats and they would be happy with it. No, it doesn't work that way. And people have shown him that it doesn't work that way. Charles has had the most disastrous reign since Charles the First and the Second. Now Charles the Third is going to top them when it comes to disastrous reigns. And Willie, he really thought that he could lie, cheat, and leak on his brother and run him and his brother and his sister-in-law out of the country and it wouldn't be any blowback. That he could just do whatever he wanted to. And it has proven to be a disaster. So, anybody who has been paying attention is not surprised that these people are deeply, deeply unpopular because they have no self awareness, no humility, and no foresight. And that is a recipe for disaster. And this squatty posted the video of the barriers during Trooping of the Color and said this, it's the empty barricades for me. Maybe the royal family should try to be frank at least with themselves and self-abolish before they're forced to. The sharp decline shows during Trooping of the Color precipitated by Prince Harry, Meghan, and their children's UK visit lie. Yeah, because those flying monkeys have shown their fair arse. I mean, they have been out here saying all kind of reckless things about a couple who has done nothing but mind their business. And young people can see through it. They can see through the smear campaign. They can see that these people are being so disingenuous when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Unfair. I have heard that time and time again. The unfair treatment of Harry and Meghan. So, yes, the treatment of Harry and Meghan has played a part in the decline of that family. But that is not Harry and Meghan's fault. That is that family's fault because they made a conscious decision to align themselves with the devil, meaning that media over there, in order to take Harry and Meghan down. And it has turned out that the only people who are being taken down is themselves. And look at this. This is a receipt, meaning that this shows how scared Charles is. It says historic royal move. King to release tax returns. Charles bid to modernize the monarchy after year of controversy. Yes, Charles is running scared. When they start showing you where the money is, they're scared. Willie is so stubborn, he will go down with the ship. But Charles knows how to survive. He is a slimy, slippery snake. And Zanny Sussex, who posted this, said, things must be really getting bad for Charles to be doing this. The British monarchy is highly secretive and self serving. It always has to be dragged, kicking and screaming to show a single jot of transparency. It's an antiquated institution that has no place in the modern world in any event. Exactly. Exactly. But he is doing this. And to me, this just shows the severity of the decline of popularity. They know that they are in trouble. They are circling the drain and they're really starting to feel it. But Willie, he is too dumb. Charles, one thing about Charles, he is evil, he is manipulative, he is selfish, but he is not dumb. Willie is dumb. Squatty said, every time I try to convince myself to cut Pa some slack, I remember how cruel he is. He literally used my faves as a shield to protect his pedo brother and endanger his own son. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? We cannot forget who Charles is. Charles is a snake and he is a trash father, trash grandfather, and a trash king. But y'all, the funny part about this whole post is the picture. Look at the picture. He has a rock in his hand. I'm telling you, squatties are saying we will go to war. But that is so funny. When I first saw that picture, it took me out. I'm telling you, squatties can pick some pictures. This is so funny. And I'm going to put this up. This is such a cute illustration by Harry and Meghan Love Always Wins. And it pretty much says what is going on with this whole thing that Harry and Meghan are going across the pond. This says still not confirmed. Yes, and lies and lies and lies in the tabloids, and Harry and Meghan are busy minding their business. Yes, and not saying anything, which I think is absolute genius. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And this squatter said all of the brouhaha over Prince Harry bringing his family to the UK, despite what his spokesperson said days ago, I guess it's enough of a distraction that no one is talking about the 1.6 million pounds that the Ministry of Defense paid to renovate Edward and Sophie's mansion. Yes. Now they can talk about everything, but they're not talking about this. And this squatty posted the article where it says the Minister of Defense funded a 1.6 million pound repairs to Edwards Bagshot Park home, which that is crazy, isn't it? And they haven't said anything. And Harry and Meghan just trying to get a decent place to live. And I don't even know if you would say Frogmore Cottage was that, but it was better than that shack over there at Kensington Palace. So, yeah, they had article after article after article about the renovations of Frogmore Cottage. But the Minister of Defense, somehow they have manipulated things to the point where they paid 1.6 million pounds to renovate Edward's private home that he pays a peppercorn rent on. Now, you know that is diabolical. This squatter said, can someone explain how Prince Edward, who is neither in active military service nor serving in the armed forces, is able to receive Minister of Defense funding for repairs to his home? Didn't he leave the military training after 6 months? Or have honorary titles and self awarded medals somehow becomes a substitute for actual military service? I'm confused. Yeah, yeah. And things like this is the reason why they are circling the drain. This other squatty posted that same article and said, Rawls are scammers, period. Exactly. Circling the drain because they cannot keep their hands out of the pockets of the taxpayer. They want to continue to rob them blind. And y'all remember, I think it was a podcast back that I was talking about that Lady Karma was 2-0. Yes, she was undefeated. She had taken down in the same week Jeremy Clarkson and Vanessa Feltz. And I read a post where another squatty said these things come in threes, and I believe I have found the third one. Look at this. It says all of Eamon Holmes' health struggles after stroke as presenter lose beloved job. Yes, he is not going to be over there on GB News no more, being hateful and petty and lying. No, he is not going to be over there anymore. When I saw this, I thought of Ruth. I said, Ruth absolutely missed a bullet, did she not? She got out right in the nick of time. And I really love that for Ruth. I do. I bet Ruth has already found her a man that can walk. But I digress because his health has taken a nosedive ever since he said all those ugly, ugly things about Harry, Meghan, and their children. I mean, Karma has not let him rest. Every time he falls asleep, she wakes him up and kisses him in the mouth again. This squatty said, okay, I'm getting very nervous now. I just found out that Eamon Holmes, who loved to vilify and harass Meghan, lost his job and has had a stroke all in short order. What kind of kismic anointing did Meghan receive in Nigeria that has her enemies dropping like flies? Be aware. Yes, yes, yes. Harry and Meghan stay prayed up. And I don't think it was Nigeria. I think this happened in Colombia. But yes, Harry and Meghan stay prayed up. And y'all know I love to end on a positive note. I saw this beautiful, beautiful picture of Michelle Obama getting the SHIT off of the bottom of her shoe. The squatty that posted it said, "Who is responsible for this masterpiece?" I'm telling you, is it not beautiful? Yeah, she is getting the SHIT off the bottom of her shoe. I love it. And I saw this post about President Obama and his presidential library, and I was saying, boy, this is just who he is in a nutshell. It says, notice how almost everything inside Obama's presidential center bears someone else's name. The Eleanor Roosevelt Garden, the Nancy Pelosi Pavilion, the Nelson Mandela Sky Room, the Ann Dunham water terrence, the list goes on. Real leaders don't feel diminished by sharing the spotlight. Exactly. You know, I also thought about Willie and that family over there. They're so desperate to continue to be centered. Real people who are grounded in who they are do not mind sharing the spotlight. Just a little tidbit and insight into what a great man is like. And I want to read this post. This squatty posted this for Father's Day. And they said, I've always wondered why this picture caused so much hate from the royal family, the UK media, and the Rangers. I finally got it. Harry was proudly and unapologetically showing his ring, reminding them he's the husband of Meghan, a woman they hate and are jealous of. Yes, and there's little Archie. And Archie is another reason why they were so mad because they did not want Archie to make it here. All of the ugly old hag dragons, all of the toadies, the derangers, and the flying monkeys, as well as that family, did everything they could to stop Archie from being born alive. And I believe that with everything in me. Y'all know how horrible it was for Megan when she was pregnant. Yes, they did everything they could to try to make Megan lose Archie. I love this picture of Archie. I love this picture of Harry's hand. You know, Harry has a wonderful, beautiful family, not because of those trash people across the pond, no, but in spite of them. Because we all know they didn't want Harry to have a wife, and they definitely did not want Harry to have children. They wanted him to remain the workhorse of that family so they could use his shine. So, yes, it's in spite of them. And I want to end with this. Yes, this is the beautiful picture that Megan posted today of Archie and Lily's papa. Such a lucky, lucky family to have each other, aren't they? I love it. All right, y'all. Y'all know I enjoy every minute that I spend with y'all, and I will be back soon. If you want to support the channel, easy peasy lemon squeezy, all you have to do is go down below, look for the three dots, click them, and the super thanks button is right there. If you want to be a part of the reading club, look below. Also, it should be a link right there, and it will guide you right into what you need to do to become a part of the reading club. And if you don't want to mess with YouTube, I have Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/the Royal Read, and you can support me over there. I have the reading club over there as well. You can do buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee/the Royal Read, and just join because I'm always posting over there fun stuff, not always stuff about Harry and Meghan, just stuff I run into while I'm on these internet streets that makes me cackle. Yes. Also, I have Cash App, I have PayPal, all of that is in my bio. And if you have the hype button, please hype up the video. I would appreciate it. It really, really helps. It pushes the video out so a lot of new people can see it, and the channel it's starting to grow a little bit. So yeah, y'all are doing a great job hyping your girl up. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.